Good day to all. Today we are in the fourth lecture in the costing for a woven fabric. In this lecture, we are going to see on the sizing cost calculations. In the woven fabric calculations, we have seen warping and earlier to that the yarn requirements for the woven fabric and GSM calculations, crimp calculations. In this lecture, we'll see on the sizing cost calculations. As we know, for the sizing process, the Varpas beam is the input. The Varpas beam will have a less number of ends. Say if it is 10 Varpas beam are there and each with 400 ends, then the weaver's beam you will get 4000 ends. 400 into 10, you will get 4000 ends in the weaver's beam. So the calculation is actually the reverse. How many ends you require in the fabric divided by the creel capacity in the warping process, you decide the number of Varpas beam that has to be fed. And this is these Varpas beam are fed into the sizing process, and wherein the size paste is applied and it is converted into the weaver's beam. So as we all know already, the warp yarn is only sent for the warping as well as the sizing process, because it is the one which requires little higher strength, and this determines the end breakage rate in the warps. So to improve the to lessen the warp breakage rate and improve the weavability, the warp yarn are sent for the sizing application. Whereas the weft yarn does not undergo any sizing application. And also double yarn yarns and yarns which have filament yarns are not sent for the sizing process. So the sizing process, let us see what is the need. We already know that it is to improve the weavability of the yarns, and in the sizing process they apply a uniform coat of the size paste on the surface so that the protruding hairs are bound to the surface and does not come out like this. It is on the surface of the yarn. And this size paste actually protects the yarn surface. If it is not having the hairs like this, it will not abrade with the nearby one, and there will be no friction or any cuts due to abrasion. So it will move smoothly. Else, if there are some protruding hairs, then it will mingle with the other and there will be warp breakage rate. So it avoids this warp breakage and which is due to the abrasion, and not only with the nearby yarns but also with the surfaces through which it passes, like backrest, heel dye and reed, where a cut may happen. So this is avoided due to the sizing process, and hence there is a less warp breakage rate in the loom. It also improves the yarn strength by 10 to 20%, so that it in the during the shed formation also there is no problem in this if it is a sized yarn. So, but this yarn sizing process is a very costlier process in the total preparatory, because of the high energy requirements. The energy is required for drying, for the preparation of the size paste unit. If it the size paste is in a liquid form, and when it is applied, you have to evaporate the moisture, the unwanted moisture that is there on the yarn, and the size paste has to remain. So for that, you need to dry it by passing it through hot cylinders, and for which it requires more power consumption. And also the raw material size paste also preparation and the sizing ingredients are also costlier. So it the heating of water and evaporation of water everywhere, energy is required. And not only in that process, the size the total size is not applied on the fabric. The size-based, remaining size-based cleaning process, and the water is filled with very high effluent. As in desizing, the sizing process effluent is also having high BOD and COD, and the water treatment also becomes costlier nowadays. So the factors that affect the cost of the sizing process are the sizing chemicals. Each sizing chemical, the cost of that chemicals, and the power consumption. So if you vary the chemicals, so there will be changes in the cost of the sizing process. The energy consumption, according to the recipe and the amount of moisture that is there, the amount of wet pickup moisture, accordingly the energy consumption will occur. And the other common things are manpower that is required. There is a high amount of depreciation in the machineries as it is in hot conditions, and there is frequent maintenance of the machinery. Nowadays, due to advancements, there are machines with less maintenance too. So this sizing cost is calculated per meter uh, using this formula: size cost per kg into warp weight per meter of fabric. So all the sizing ingredients are taken on the weight of the material. So the sizing cost you will calculate in kgs, and you can convert into sizing cost per meter of fabric. So we have seen already in the last lecture the industry standards. You cannot say it as norms. You can say it as industry standards. Our warping cost was rupees 1 if it is less than 5,000 ends, and if it is more than 5,000 ends, it is 1.5 per meter. And for sizing cost, it is rupees 2.5 per meter if the number of ends are less than 5,000, and if it is rupees 3 per meter if the number of ends are greater than 5,000. You can see that the sizing cost is very high when compared to your warping cost, and the total cost will be a very high cost. So the sizing process, the main chemicals that are used, the starch is starch or starch derivatives, or carboxymethyl cellulose, or PVA. Any of these three are used in industries according to the type of the yarn, according to the performance required. The main chemical that may be chosen, the starch may be from any of the natural things, and the additives are waxes, lubricants, emulsifiers, softeners, and finishing agents, wetting agents. All additives are also used, which also contribute to the cost of the sizing process. So as we saw, the two main ingredients, starch and PVA. Starch has good performance, and it is biodegradable, and it is less consumes less cost compared to PVA. PVA has a very excellent performance, but it does not degrade easily. Even some traces are found, and the recovery of the starch and PVA is under process. And this PVA is costlier compared to your starch. The technical things that need to be understood for sizing are the stretches that happens between the drying cylinders, the bone dry weight of the material, the wet weight of the material, the add-on percentage, that is the size in the yarn, the moisture content in the yarn, the moisture that has to be evaporated. All these calculations are related to technical. If it is understood well, then it will give a good understanding of the cost related calculations, and it is useful for the cost control. Let us look into the problem with some details that is given. So we have the following details of a sizing unit. Sizing alone, the warping and rewinding is not taken into account in this calculations. Usually the sizing and the warping are together, but in this problem, sizing alone is taken into account. So the given data are divided into sizing materials cost details. So the various size ingredients, their cost per kg, and weight of material is given here. So these are the various materials used in that particular industry: maize, anti-mildew agent, binder, softener 1, and merchant tallow. So the cost per kg of those materials are given here, and the recipe that is used in the industry is given here. 8% of maize, 1.25 percentage of the weight of material, and the other details are given here. Let us look into the other materials. What is the other materials that is given here? It is the firewood cost, that is the firewood is got from outside, and it is calculated that for 1 kg of production of sized yarn, rupees 3 is of firewood is to be obtained. Okay, so these are the various materials. And next, let us go into the labor cost. So labor cost, this is the direct labor alone. Okay, so direct labor alone is given here. So the various direct labor that are there in the industry are sizer, bag sizer, mixing and packing person, and other maintenance personnel. So they are given these costs per day. So the sizer, you can see, is getting a very higher charge. And next, let us go to the other expenses. The other details that are given are production, and next the quantity per sized beam, and the other cost related data like packing expenses, administrative expenses, electricity charges, other factory expenses, staff for the office, salary for the office staff, and the number of working days. An add-on percentage is given. This add-on percentage and production data is used to calculate the input. This quantity per sized beam is used for calculating the packing expenses, to calculate the number of beams. So these are the values and the corresponding units for those values. So 6,000, it is per day production in kgs. Quantity per sized beam is 75 kg of yarn, and the add-on is 8%. So these things are there, and other are cost details. So with this, we need to look into the solution. We need to calculate the input bar yarn weight in kgs. So the output is the production, which we know. As the sizing process increases the weight, we are applying the size paste to the bar yarn. So there will be an increase in the weight. The output weight will be higher than the input. So the output weight is higher according to the add-on percentage given here. So with the production and the add-on percentage, we can calculate the input of input Varpian weight in kgs. So the calculation for that is 6,000 divided by 1 plus add-on divided by 100. So we get this value. So this is the input weight of Varpian that is given to the process for this add-on and production percentage. Next is the number of size beams uh, or number of workers beam. I'm sorry, not the number of workers beam, number of weavers beam. So one weaver's beam is weighs 75 kgs. So this calculation is done for the packing expenses calculation. So the number of sized beams, weaver's beam, if one uh, weaver's beam weighs 75 kgs of yarn, how many beams of output will be there? So for this, it is output 6,000 divided by 75. So the total output required is 6,000 kgs per day. For 6,000 kgs per day production, with one beam of 75 kg yarn, then the number of beams is 6,000 divided by 75, which is 80 beams. So let with this, these are the initial calculations. No relation between these two calculations. Now let us go into the size ingredients calculation per day. We can do it everything per day so that we can finally divide per day production and get the cost per kg. So that is the, because all many calculations are given per day, the production per day is given. So we are calculating everything per day and finally we convert that into per kg. So this data is already given, size ingredients, this data which is already here, given here, sizing materials cost. So I'm putting those data here. Now with this recipe, we need to first calculate the quantity of these chemicals per day, weight or quantity of the each chemical per day, and the cost of each chemical per day can be calculated. So for the weight calculation, it is on the weight of material, OWM, on the weight of material. So the input material is, we know it is 5555.56, 5555.56 into 8 by 100. So we get 444.44. This much quantity, this much kgs of maize is required per day. This into the cost per kg of maize is 30 rupees. So 444.44 into 30, we get 13,333.33. Next is weight of the anti-mildew agent. Similarly, it is 5,555 into 1.25 divided by 100, we get 69.44, and the cost per day is 69.44 into 40, we get 2777.78. And next is the binder. Binder is 5555.56 into 0.2 divided by 100, we get 11.11. 11.11 into 160, cost per kg, we get 1777.78. And next is softener. Similarly, the calculation 16.67 is got by multiplying 5550.56 into 0.3 by 100. 16.67 into 55, we get 916.67. This much cost is for softener one. Then mutton tallow, it is 3% on the weight of material, 3% of 5555.56, we get 166.67. And the cost for mutton tallow is this into cost per kg. So these are the various costs of the material. So the total cost of the various size ingredients per day. So, per day is total 31,305, which is the sum of these values. So with this, the size ingredients cost calculation is over. Next is the other materials. What are the other materials? The only material that is given here is uh, firewood. So firewood cost per day is, the cost is given per rupees per kg of sized yarn. So this 3 into 6,000 per kg production is 6,000. So 6,000 into 3, we get 18,000. So next we go into the labor cost calculations, labor expenses. It is already directly given, all are given per day. So this is copied and pasted here directly. So all those things are already here. So we just need to calculate the total labor cost per day, which is the sum of the all these values. So with this, we have first found the labor ingredients. We will change the color here. So the first cost calculation is in size ingredients calculation, then firewood cost calculation, and then labor per day. Next, we'll go into the other expenses that occur per day. So we have already got the details. It is per month, the data is given. Administrative, electricity, other factory expenses, salary, number of working days, everything. So we are using that. Mm, uh, packing expenses, and all those expenses are given here. So these expenses, packing expenses are rupees per beam. We have 80 beams, so 7 into 80, we get 560. And the other administrative expenses are also calculated per day. It is given per month. So administrative is 75,000 divided by 30. We get this value. Similarly, for electricity, it is 1 lakh divided by 30, we get 3,333.33. And similarly for the other expenses, so we get a total of, the total expenses are the sum of all these expenses. We get 9,226.67. And we already know the production per day is 6,000. All the particulars we have already found: sizing materials, firewood, labor, and expenses are given, and the per day costs are calculated, which has to be posted here, and the cost per kg is found out by dividing all these values by 6,000. We get, and finally we get the total cost to be this much, and dividing by this 6,000, we get the uh, sizing cost per kg as rupees 10.42. So this is the cost per kg of the sized yarn. Thank you.